Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Wrestleslam, the podcast brought to you by the Macau Casino, Cork City. And this is a brand new episode. We bring you fresh episodes every single week without fail, guys. And it's an honor to bring you yet again a brand new show. It is the 18th of March right now, so this show will go out on Tuesday, the 19th of March. We have a lot to talk about, and we're joined by the regulars, the three amigos. That is myself, Phil Connolly, and Matt Murphy, guys. And we are just I suppose, days and days away from RCW at the PAV and days away as well from WrestleMania Night 1 and WrestleMania Night 2. We have lots to talk about. But I'm going to kick off the show with some big news, guys. And it's news that I'm happy to see. WWE are set to release a Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal documentary, which is big, big news. It's news that we all wanted. It also means that perhaps it's a hint that there might be Hall of Fame as well. Surely there's something going down. But listen, I'm going to go to Phil Connolly first. Phil, what's your thoughts on Bray Wyatt, this new feature via WWE that have announced today?
That's brilliant. And it's probably been in the works for a long time, but the coolest part that I saw anyway was the Undertaker is going to narrate it.
Mm.
It's
That's huge.
It is huge. It really
That's
is.
that's the ultimate respect.
Yeah. Taker whispered something in his ear that we'll never ever know.
Yeah, and
Raw there 2 years back.
yeah, the Undertaker always admitted that he was a big fan of Bray Wyatt, especially when he did the cult gimmick. He said when he first came to the WWE, so you can tell that
Yeah, this documentary could be a Hall of Fame inductee, but from what I heard the other day, that wasn't going to happen this year, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah. It's look, it's something that we want to see, obviously, Bray go into Hall of Fame. It's still hard to believe he's not around, but it's WWE they seem to be playing their cards right at the moment, lads. I think they're getting a lot of stuff right. Now the Hall of Fame so far, obviously Muhammad Ali going in. Phil agreed that was a good call. You know what I mean? Myself and Matt.
There's a couple of them there. There's a couple of them there that I know people are not happy with. They think it should be better for number 40.
40 is a big one, right? You have obviously, look, there's a lot of big matches first of all, but look, I suppose we'll go off track just for a sec. I just still don't understand why Lex Luger is not in it.
Yeah, and he's training with DDP to learn to walk, so
which is class. Imagine that. I just don't get why someone like Lex Luger is not in it. A guy that we all grew up watching, a guy that was pretty big in WWF.
Yeah.
He's a legend in the wrestling industry. There's no real clothes over him, like, you know what I mean, in a sense. So I don't know.
I don't know that forever, like, because we've talked about this, and it's a weird one. He probably should be in years ago.
Yeah, well, I had said it, like, and I'm not saying something's going to happen to Lex Luger in the morning, but I'm just saying I don't like when someone's inducted when they're already dead.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
They should have their moment, and there's been some inductees over the years that have been questionable.
Yeah.
Now things are in different hands now, but like Lex needs to be in there. There's many wrestlers that need to be in there, and I just hope it happens. There should be no limit. I know you can't have 30 being inducted at the same time, but look, they should really, be open to doing one night two. That's the way I look at it. Maybe 7 on night 1, 7 on night 2, and everyone's happy. But anyway, Matt, what's your thoughts on Bray Wyatt? Look, becoming immortal. We obviously know he's not with us anymore, but this is a big thing, isn't it? It's huge.
Oh, that is a really big thing. I've been a huge Bray Wyatt since he first came to WWE. And he's probably one of the biggest creative minds that WWE had. That I remember, if I can think back home many times about like when he came onto the scene, and this was when WWE was just getting out of the PG era, and he came on the scene with his cult gimmick with with the late Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and it was kind of edgy because there's like this is not fitting in well with WWE's new modern day at the time, but he made it work and everyone got on board. But and down the line, he did like the whole Mr. Rogers gimmick, and we all thought it was gonna crash and burn, but he made it like his own, especially with the Fiend. I know we'll never know where they were going with Uncle Howdy with Bo Dallas, but whatever it was, the end game with that, he was gonna make it work. So it just feels like that anything he put him in, he's just always gonna make it work. And he probably had like so many great moments about him that you can just think of in his short time. Even when he was with us, we did say how much he is a creative mind. And the fact that he actually does have a say behind the scenes says a lot to him about what others think of him. Like, so, like, it is. I'm never gonna forget when he passed away. I thought it was just a joke. Then I woke up the next day, Facebook, Instagram went off, but he was just gone too soon. Like, so, we always recognized him even before his passing. Like, so this documentary's a long time coming.
Yeah, that's perfectly put, Matt. It's yeah, it's still surreal that he's not with us. I remember putting out a little tweet in our WhatsApp chat, and sorry, not a WhatsApp chat, or a Facebook Messenger, and yeah, I think we were all shocked when the news broke, when that news broke. Still quite upsetting actually that he's not with us. So young, you know, a young family. I'm looking forward to seeing becoming immortal. I'm looking forward to seeing if he's going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. And that will be remain to be seen if it happens this year. So let's hope it does happen. If not, I'm sure it's going to be next year. It's not going to go on too long. There's no doubt. I'm certain that they're not going to. It's not going to be the case they're going to induct him in 10 years' time. That's the point. You know what I mean?
Oh, it will be soon. It will be soon.
It has to be. It has to be. Right. There's some news on The Rock. Apparently, guys, the backstage roster are not happy with The Rock. It could be for many, many reasons. Phil, what reasons do you believe to be that The Rock is causing problems backstage?
It's his creative freedom and his words that he's using. Wrestlers are what's the word I'm looking for?
Sensitive?
No, not sensitive. No, it's handcuffed. Wrestlers are handcuffed to what they can say, but he can go out there and say whatever the fuck he wants, basically.
Yeah.
I would piss anyone off.
Has he earned the right to do that, though?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I think I can understand why there's uproar because the rest are pretty much trying to say is like oh, everyone needs to be handcuffed, everyone needs to say certain things. It's only fair to get like The Rock, like who runs the place. I don't know where that thumbs up came out of nowhere, but anyway.
That was class. Your thumbs up is agreeing with you.
Okay, I just want to do that. No, it's gone.
The Rock is listening.
Oh, I mean, The Rock can do whatever the fuck he wants, Rocky. Don't call me up on Twitter, but yeah, I just felt like it's only fair that The Rock needs to keep, join the pack and be like, can't say certain things, but like, yeah, he gets people talking at least, like.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. As you say, a lot of people are saying The Rock is playing the best Rock we've seen, perhaps forever. You know, in all his time in WWE, but he seems to be pissing off a lot of people. I wonder who he's really, really pissing off.
Networks.
And it's just because he's got no filter, yeah?
Well, he said there, I think he said something about wanting to be real and wanting to be true to himself and not holding back and this is who I am and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And
Are we? Yeah.
Yeah, I just love how they brought back the Hollywood Rock song as well for his theme song.
Yeah, I love it. I love Hollywood Rock. Are we still in agreement? WrestleMania Night 1, The Rock and Roman beat Seth and Cody? Yeah,
they should.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm at the point now where I want Roman Reigns to win again at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes is ridiculous. Cody Rhodes is ridiculous, especially that crying. All that crying stuff is a load of. It's just nonsense. Him crying about giving his mother. It's like, lads. He just looks so weak looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm not copying and pasting what The Rock said, but yeah, I thought that maybe he shouldn't have cried. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with crying here and there, lads. But then again, like,
well, if he wins the belt at WrestleMania, he can cry for sure. But like, this is crying. He's been crying now for the last few weeks.
He's crying more than my kids at home. They never cry.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, but I wonder, is that just them telling him like double down on this crybaby stuff, which is if they are, it's nonsense.
Yeah, they're pouring alcohol on the fire at this point with like flashbacks. Like,
people are going to turn on Cody anyway when he wins the belt, so it makes no difference.
I know he'll become the bad guy when he has that belt. We want Roman.
Do you think he'll pull like a CM Punk in a Ring of Honor?
They might have to. They might have to.
And he'll just grab the belt and he'll just like call out everyone. He just automatically turns heel and just toss the title away like it was nothing. That would be the best way to embrace heel Cody.
Yeah. I mean, it remains to be seen. as we hear from our sources, The Rock is pissing off a lot of people. Phil reckons the networks, and so does Matt, and I suppose a lot of the roster.
And a lot of the Rock are annoyed because they can't go out there and get over like The Rock and can't see it, whatever they want.
But listen, he's one of these guys that he's once in a lifetime thing, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, as a wrestler, as an actor, as a person, he's just I won't be surprised if he's a president like before he turns 60. That's the kind of guy he is. He's just he's on the momentum and he's never coming off that mountain. He can keep walking and walking and walking. I never, like, obviously everyone has a bad day in life, but I just don't think The Rock does. I think he's that kind of a guy. He's just absolutely driven to be perfection every single day. So yeah, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing. I'm loving what he's wearing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Right, I'm going to go quickly to NXT. There's a rumor floating about, guys, and the rumor is that Mandy Rose will be back at TakeOver, and that is the rumor. The rumor is she's back. She's going to come back. She's going to be back at NXT, and it's going to be obviously the day before Mania and NXT TakeOver. Phil? Do you see it happening, or does it not happen?
I can see it happening, but she's been out so long now, hasn't she? Or Mandy Sachs, how she's called.
Yeah, is it a year? A year she's been out?
It's been 1 year and a few months, so probably a year. Well, not a year and a half, but just under a year and a half, I suppose.
It's been a year, well over a year. I think
it was Christmas. It was Christmas time, 22.
Yeah, and she was on a run, as you know. She was obviously told to lose the match because there was allegations that she was doing stuff online and she had her own stuff, but she's made millions and millions, by the way. But
doesn't need to wrestle at all.
She doesn't. I think she wants that, and I think she said there recently at a WrestleCon. It wasn't it was a Comic-Con. So at this Comic-Con that happened over the weekend, Stacy Keibler was there. First time she's appeared at one in a long time. Tori Wilson was there, but Mandy Rose, aka Mandy Sachs, was there.
Go on.
He's frozen. Lana was there. There's a few others there as well.
Yeah, so what will happen? Is she back? Is she not back?
I know you froze. You froze there for a second.
I agree with everything Jerry just said.
Did I freeze? Yeah,
you froze. Yeah.
What part did I freeze at? Damn, Lab TV.
Froze after Stacy Keibler.
Yeah, so Stacy Keibler, yeah, she was at a Comic-Con over the weekend with Tori Wilson, and Mandy Sachs was there. And in a nutshell, she basically was asked a few questions, and someone, look, are you going to come back to WWE? And she said, look, never say never. So are we expecting her back for NXT TakeOver? I think she will be back. I think she's going to come out and attack someone.
Yeah, maybe Aoife.
Yeah, maybe Aoife.
Yeah.
Does Aoife make the move after NXT TakeOver?
It's nearly time anyway, for sure.
Yeah,
I could see her coming back with making come to WWE the main roster after WrestleMania. Maybe have a face-off with Becky Lynch if she wins the title at WrestleMania. You never know.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see. Speaking of Becky Lynch, that was the next topic. Her book is due out, and it will be released in the coming days and weeks, guys. And we do have a couple of copies to give away. There's 2 signed copies that we will have to give away. Just stay tuned to our Wrestleslam Instagram page, our TikTok page, our Twitter page. And I have some breaking news that our website will launch, guys, this June 2024. So we'll officially have a Wrestleslam website in June 2024. So it's a great way to kickstart our summer.
Well, it's the anniversary as well in June, so.
Yes, it is indeed, Phil. You remember it well. That'll be 4 years in June.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So yeah, we've aged a lot, but yeah, this June 2024, brand new website as well. It'll be, all our shows will be there, all our interviews. It'll be nice. It'll just be an extra platform for you guys to check stuff out. As we plan to march on for another 20, 40 years. So yet again, that will come June 2024. Our website launches, guys, and it's something that we've been meaning to do for a while, but it will be done. And all the talks have been held. We have a great designer in the UK. He's looking forward to getting started. The logo won't change. We're going to keep the logo the exact same, but we will have a website, guys. So just stay tuned for more info on that. Right, there is something I want to talk about quickly. So obviously we know right now there's obviously the dark side of the ring is
Yeah.
it's something that's huge and it's something that I absolutely love. But recently Booker T declined to feature on the Buff Bagwell episode, okay? So obviously we know there's obviously there's a lot of stuff happening with the dark
Well,
side of
there's a
the
lot
ring.
of stuff happened in 2001 there, I'd say.
What's your thoughts on that, Phil? Obviously, look, you remember from back in the day there was a bit of beef there.
Yeah, I just think the whole thing was once Vince McMahon decided that he hated it, Booker T didn't want to take the blame.
Yeah.
I think he was like, oh, this guy is not a good worker and this guy is not great. I think he was definitely thrown under the bus, Buff. But again,
And
no one.
let's be honest with Buff. Right? I'm sorry for interrupting. I
Yeah,
did like Buff. I did like Buff Bagwell. I like Marcus Bagwell. He was Marcus Bagwell. Like people can't remember Marcus Bagwell, but when Marcus Bagwell, like when he was wrestling on the screens before Buff, he had everything. He was a really good wrestler, Phil. Really good wrestler. As Buff, he was great. Obviously, worked well with the NWO, worked well with Scott Steiner. He wasn't a bad wrestler. Obviously, the drugs and the alcohol and the lifestyle really and truly fucked him up. Now he's on the straight and narrow. He's done a lot of stuff at DDP as of late. But do you think they really lost the ball with Buff Bagwell, or was it just a case of he was his own worst enemy?
in a bad place at that time as well.
Yeah.
He wasn't healthy. This is just randomly going off topic, but my favorite Buff Bagwell story is the one you taught me.
When we met them in New Orleans.
No, the one where he called your phone at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. My God. I can't remember. I had an app on my phone that could record calls because I used to do a lot of phone interviews. And I don't think I recorded it. Sometimes it automatically picked up the call, but no, yeah. That was just crazy. I never forget. I was in bed and I got a phone call. I don't know if you know this, man. I think I might have said it to you. And in a nutshell, I'm not going to go into detail. But
This was a good 2 years ago now as well.
It was a great phone call. I'm not going to say this was completely random or it was shit. But fucking anyway, long story short, got a phone call about 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Jerry, is that you? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, looking at the number and I'm like, it's an American number. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, who's this? It's Buff Bagwell. How are you, man? I must have spent about 15, 20 minutes on the phone. Now, my partner's next to me in the bed. She's asleep. Like this is, I'd say it's 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was about that, right?
Yeah. And I'm just fucking having a chat with Buff Bagwell at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, did I wake you? I was like, no, I'm awake. And he's like, where are you? I was like, I'm in Ireland. And in a nutshell, I'm there chatting away to him. And I'm like, if I only recorded it, because it was like an interview on the phone, we were just chatting back and forth, but he's like, I'm in a good place. And this is only when he was getting clean, by the way.
Yeah.
This wasn't when he was with DDP, this is prior to that. But man, oh man, do you know what I mean? I spoke to him and I should have recorded the call, but yeah, fucking madness. What a guy, though. What a guy. We met him in New Orleans as well. I know I'm changing the subject, but we met him in New Orleans. I was walking down the boulevard with Tim Cronin and Darren Blake, and they were hosting a Buff Bagwell party, guys. So we're walking down the boulevard. Yeah, because like Buff Bagwell is just Buff Bagwell. Like when WrestleMania is on, there's always a Buff Bagwell party. And we got on the guest list for it, but we were outside. We just happened to kind of walk to the door. Lo and behold, Buff Bagwell, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall was there, X-Pac. Remember the girl that was with Macho Man Randy Savage? Was it Gorgeous George?
Gorgeous George, and there was another one as well, like with Steiner. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, she was there, and they just walked past us. I just remember high-fiving Buff. he had the hat on him, like. I'm like,
oh,
Jesus,
yeah, the hat. He didn't break your arm at all because.
Oh no! But like I'm telling you, that was a crazy. Like we didn't actually. I think we went in for a while, and then we left, and then we went to the place next door. There's Tommy Dreamer in the middle of the dance floor going. Tommy Dreamer's a mad thing, but yeah, it was just crazy. But anyway, so Buff Bagwell, yeah, it's
Yeah, I do think there's legit heat though between them, Booker T and him.
Yeah, but there's a lot. Yeah. But Booker, I think there's a lot of heat between Booker and a lot of guys, but he's well respected at the same time.
But again, when he's in WWE, he doesn't want to cross any boats either, or yeah.
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 Do you think there was a lot of people despised Booker for his incredible run in WWE because he done well, like he did all right, like
I don't think more despised. I just think people were shocked because he gave away a lot of money to join them.
Yeah.
Like he gave up a lot of money to go.
I mean, to me, Booker T did had a good career with WWE. Like, I got introduced to him because I didn't have WCW when I was a kid. I got introduced to him when he actually showed up at the Invasion angle. When he was like the WCW champion. Because I just heard former WCW champion before me. Then it was like, wait, that's the WCW champion. It was like, hey, what? Okay, this is
Who did he super kick? It was The Rock, wasn't it?
It was The Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Booker T though, when you mentioned his career, that I think he should have bet Triple H at WrestleMania 19, if you remember that.
Yeah, that's a very controversial topic that we won't really go into, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He definitely should have beat him.
I know. Crazy.
And what was worse is that it only took one pedigree to beat him.
Yeah, I know. It's the joys of it, lads, the perks of it.
Well, it's bad how you'd remember something like that, but you can't remember what happened 3 weeks ago on Raw. It's just, I don't know. I people always say it's a different time. It was just better.
Can you explain to me why that happens to us? Why can we remember stuff to a T that happened 20 years ago, but we can't remember what we had for dinner 3 hours ago?
Age,
magic.
Is it age, or is it just they were magic times growing up?
Magical moments. That's all it is. Like yesterday. I know you hate this, but like yesterday, Man United winning 4-3. We'll always remember this. There you go. He's gone.
Now he's gone. No, you're doing hosting duties. Come on, you jug this grave. Come on,
man. You're the host now, Matt.
No, you're the host. You've done the damage. Go on. Oh, and he's back again.
How the fuck did you win that game? We wanted you to win that game. Anyway, that was
it's stuff like that. It's just when magic stuff happens, you just remember it.
What's the most magical thing you remember in wrestling, Phil?
Eddie winning the belt. Well, Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10 as well is also a good one.
Yeah, no, Eddie was mad. I actually cried when he won the belt, believe it or not.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I remember where I was as well, which is even fucking crazier.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You'll always remember where you were with things like that.
What year? What year was the game? 2000. Yeah.
4. 4.
Yeah. The year before Istanbul. Yeah, I remember it well.
Yeah.
I think the most magical moment for me, historical wise, because I didn't witness it, but magical moment that I got to witness was, I think it has to be when The Rock came back for it did it again.
He's listening, The Rock.
The Rock. No, it's not. Fuck's sake. Had to be when The Rock was announced to be the host for WrestleMania 27. I remember I actually freaked out seeing it because he was gone for so long. Because there was a rumor it was going to be like Justin Bieber or something like that. Like, but I think in general, the most magical moment, and this comes to my mind somehow, was when Mankind won the WWF title and they bet WCW in the rankings.
Yeah,
that to me was actually a big one.
Yeah, no, that was fucking hell. When I think about that, my something I always think about a lot is like Royal Rumbles. I'm always saying I'm a cheesy fucker for Royal Rumbles, but it's that time Bret Hart came out in '97 and Austin's like, the way Austin won that Royal Rumble was crazy. But yeah, there's so many moments that stand out. Like I think for me, the Hardy Boys, there were a lot of memories for me, and that was my next topic. Are the Hardy Boys going to return at WrestleMania one more time?
That's going around, isn't it?
Would you just they can still wrestle, like they're not old men, like
I don't know what the story is though, because I think Jeff's very badly injured, is he?
He had a really bad concussion, but I think he could be cleared for Mania, like.
Yeah.
I say he could be cleared.
Well, let's be honest, right? They're both at All Elite Wrestling. It's not really worked out the way they wanted it to. These guys are better off going on a tour around the world. Like, bring them to RCW, bring them to OTT, bring them to Hard Knocks, bring them to the UK.
Doing inside the ropes, do everything.
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. The ropes and the
But
harder.
like they're multi-millionaires, and at the end of the day, I think Jeff and Matt coming to Cork, coming to inside the ropes. I think that was set out within an
Well,
hour,
Matt Hardy was here, so
and that was busy. You know what I mean? That was extremely busy. So having the Hardy Boys
if you
here,
could
having
get the
them,
Hardys and Lita, you'd have everyone there.
yeah, it would be surreal. Does it happen? I think so. I think it does. The talks, the Dudley Boys are going to be there too.
Yeah, Philadelphia, they should do something with them.
Yeah.
Will they be in that match, guys? There's how many tag teams have not been announced?
There's none announced yet because the tournament is going on, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see. So yeah, the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys potentially at WrestleMania. That'll be interesting.
There's a couple of stories that I wanted to bring up because I didn't want to forget them.
Yeah.
But
Mercedes Moné debuts.
and you were just talking about her just last week, and it actually happened.
The numbers are very bad.
Yeah, they are. She's apparently the most paid female wrestler on the planet right now.
Yeah, and I personally would say she's not worth it, but that's just me.
Yeah, yet again, I do like Mercedes. I'm not going to say I don't, but I do think some of her comebacks have been underrated in a sense of like she hasn't lived up to potential.
I'm convinced that she offered her services to WWE and they said no, because of the figure that she wanted.
Yeah.
Well, I heard she's getting $5 million a year. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
which is crazy money.
Would not surprise me. It's ridiculously money. Like, spend that money on something else.
Yeah, $5 million.
Like, they don't need to overflow to this roster. This roster's gone out of control.
Yeah, is she the savior of the women's roster, like in All Elite Wrestling? Like you look at Toni Storm.
I think to me, my favorite wrestler at the moment, female wrestler at the moment in AEW, has to be Toni Storm.
Yeah, she's brilliant. She is.
Watch for the shoe.
It just needs, like, they signed Okada, who's also on ridiculous money.
Yeah,
I can only imagine how much Will Ospreay's getting as well.
He's probably going to be the Eddie Kingston soon as well, I'd say.
Wednesday night for the title, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have to win it, says he.
Yeah, like we could do a whole episode on this because I'm so beyond frustrated with him.
But I am happy with the signings as of late. I won't say I'm not. Like it's kind of got me thinking. Like I'm going to look into it a bit more and watch it a bit more. So like Ospreay, first of all, I'm a sucker for Will Ospreay. I love him to bits. Think he's one of the best in the planet right now. He is. He's really good, lads.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Well, 100%. The only issue I have is they're spending all this money and they're not thinking about getting a new audience. They're catering for who they have already.
But they have to be making money, Phil. They're not going to take a loss.
The TV deal would be big. Like,
yeah, what's the TV deal a year? It's probably 100 million, is it?
Like, for an example, there the new Netflix thing for WWE is it worth 5 billion or something?
But that's over 5 years, is it?
Oh yeah, but it would be similar. Like AEW would probably get like 500 million or something for 8 years or something like that.
Yeah, they would. So like, I'd say Tony's smart enough for money. I know it looks like
they're still on pay-per-view as well. Remember that?
Yeah, but the pay-per-view prices are bigger there.
They're over 100,000, I think. So it's big enough.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's a couple of million. Like, yeah, I don't know. Will Ospreay, like, I when you look at the champions there at the moment, is like you look at the titles and the champions, like Toni Storm, to be fair, she deserves to be champ, right? Yeah. Eddie Kingston, he deserves to be champion.
Yeah.
World Heavyweight Champion, does that need to change?
Not necessarily now, but I would think so soon. I think. I think Swerve is good enough to win that world belt.
Yeah.
How's everyone feeling about Samoa Joe being the champion?
I'm delighted for him, but I feel it's filler.
Yeah,
I think after it was the last RCW show, we were all chatting, we were all catching up with Joe and Liz, and we were talking about AEW, and I said that I was on Facebook that morning, and I saw Samoa Joe at the AEW town. I was like, I completely forgot he's the world champion.
I know. Yeah. No, it's there's a lot incoming, guys. It's a lot to take in, but we have so much to look forward to in the coming weeks. Any other news, Phil, before we wrap it up?
So just Oh, we were talking earlier. Becky Lynch was in the White House.
I've seen that with Leo Varadkar.
Yeah, that was a very random story that I just saw.
Yeah, she got a picture with Joe Biden too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
She's very smart. So you're putting a book all over the White House.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I love it. But there was another one I wanted to bring up that was quite big, actually.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler is now fighting on an independent show at WrestleMania weekend.
And Dominic Mysterio is too, isn't he?
Is he on it as well? I didn't see that one.
He was announced for Bloodsport, I think, yeah.
I just saw Shayna Baszler. So that's huge news because WWE have never done that before.
Yeah.
Really big fucking news.
Yeah. No, it is big news, Jesus. I just have to announce that quickly as well, just before we do go. That WWE have announced 5 European dates. They're going to be in Rotterdam. They're going to be in Brussels, Stuttgart, and Frankfurt, leading up to Road to Bash in Berlin, guys. So they've announced Kevin Owens will be there, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Bianca Belair. Who else is there? LA Knight, Bailey, and many, many more. So yeah, they have announced they're going to be in Belgium, Germany, and Netherlands. And that will be from August the 25th onwards. So just stay tuned for all the latest info when it comes to that. But yeah, I think that's it, lads. We have RCW to look forward to. So next week we'll do a special RCW show.
I think we should do as well. Yeah, we'll do the RCW, but I think we should do a special WrestleMania moments.
Yeah, we will. We might do a double show next week, maybe an hour long.
It's WrestleMania 40, and there's a lot of I suppose we could do a 40 moments that we could just go through.
Yeah. There's a lot of great moments, a lot of dis moments, but also a lot of bad moments. But let's focus on the great good moments because 40 years, there's probably a lot of moments we can talk about.
It's crazy to think that it is 40 years.
40 years, yeah, Jesus. Matt, make sure you have the wings ready and all that shit again.
Yeah, I'm going to charge you this time, lads.
No problem. We'll pay. Whenever the cover charges, we'll pay. But you are a fantastic host, my friend. You're a fantastic host. We appreciate it very much.
It really is. Like look at all the bottles of Pepsi and the potatoes that were there.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
I thought you meant as my hosting duties last week, and I'm like, oh,
that as well.
Yeah.
Well, that is that. But yeah, guys, that's another show wrapped up. It is Wrestleslam, the podcast, brought to you by the Macau Casino, Cork City. And we will be back next week for a 1 hour show, I believe. WrestleMania RCW. Will we make it a 1 hour show next week, guys?
We'll make 2, I think, because WrestleMania deserves its own.
Yeah, so we'll do two half-an-hour shows or 2 45-minute shows. We'll figure it. But yet again, make sure you subscribe to TikTok, Twitter. I've abandoned Twitter. I'm not really on Twitter much when it comes to Wrestleslam, but every time I click into it, there's new followers, which is mad. So thank you for being loyal and tuning our way.
Yeah. In like 1 minute.
Yeah, we just go through our phases. But anyway, guys, we will catch you soon. Thank you for tuning our way, and it's Wrestleslam, the podcast. Bye-bye.
Take class, lads.